All right, guys.
It's about 9 o'clock at night on a Tuesday.
Hop on in. We got one more stop. All right.
The temperature outside?
Tonight it's 10 degrees colder than the inside of most people's freezers.
While most people might want to stay inside,
We got one more stop. We'll be picking up 4 more, so we got a full van tonight.
these guys are heading out into the darkness with the hopes of witnessing the magic of Mother Nature.
Try to find the Northern Lights, so hopefully we'll see them.
For more than a decade,
No 2 nights are ever the same.
Ron and Marquetta Murray have been chasing the aurora. And since 2013,
I always tell my clients, you cannot touch anything with your bare hands. You always have to have gloves, because just grabbing something like the camera or the tripod is instant frostbite and you lose your fingertip.
taking that passion and turning it into a business.
I saw an opportunity to cater to photographers and to really kind of help people who wanted to learn the photos and give somebody, honestly, more than a tour driver, but somebody who loved and lived for the aurora.
Between August and April, Ron and Marquetta draw about 400 people from around the world all the way to Fairbanks to chase the aurora. Tonight is no different, with visitors from all over, including Switzerland and Hawaii.
Pretty crazy. It's freezing over here for me. Our winters do not look anything like this. There's sunshine, it's warm, the water is 80 degrees, so being in negative 22 degrees is kind of crazy.
But no matter the distance traveled, when it comes to the Northern Lights, nothing is for sure.
You know, the tough nights are the nights when you have to disappoint people and you don't get to show them aurora. But the nights where it is magical and that makes up for it is why we do this job. It's just amazing to share that with people.
And on this night,
Absolutely, it is a gamble.
3 hours in, no sign of Lady Aurora.
No guarantees. We knew it can happen. It's Mother Nature. Maybe it will, maybe it won't.
Despite the darkness, this group would make the most of their Alaskan experience.
You know, the climate and everything is just so different for me, and I just love the experience.
We never have a cold like this. We don't have snow, and we don't wear clothes like this, so this is fun.
But whether the lights came out or not, as 2 a.m. approaches,
Okay, stay still. Where am I looking?
a different kind of magic filled the air.
Stay still. Hold the pose. Don't even move. Okay. Okay, she moves.
A special moment these two will never forget.
Yes! Awesome!
A moment that was about to get even better.
Oh my God, that's a killer.
As Lady Aurora lit up the sky. While she didn't come out for long, it didn't matter.
It was a life-changing experience. It was amazing, absolutely amazing.
As the long wait, late night, and bitter cold were well worth it.
Super magical. It was probably the best experience ever, and I'm so happy.
For Extreme Alaska, in Fairbanks,
Holy crap, look at that now.
with photojournalist Dave Brooks, Blake Essig,
Wow, that's it.
Channel 2 News.
Okay, go warm up.
Since Sunday afternoon, the work hasn't stopped.
Like they're detecting some hot spots.
Each crew working 16-hour shifts, clearing brush and smothering hot spots. A long day for some, but a welcome distraction for 51-year-old Leo Leshak.
I'll have to deal with it at some point, but I'm hoping it kind of fades out a little bit by then.
For the past 6 years, Leo Leshak, a captain at the Willow Fire Department,
Yeah, just get in there.
has dedicated his life to protecting this community.
It's not just me, it goes the same for this whole department and all of our brother firefighters. But yeah, and I know any one of these guys would have done the same thing.
While he won't admit it,
You have no choice anyway. I mean, you have to do what you have to do.
what he did was nothing short of heroic.
This property here is actually one of my firefighters, a captain on my department in Willow, lives here.
This is what remains of Leo's home. 40 years of his life up in smoke. Everything he owned reduced to powder and ash, except for one important thing.
Easy. Good girl. Good girl, Deezers. Yeah.
8-year-old Shyla and the rest of his dog team.
I know all these dogs. I know their barks. I have nicknames for them.
With the help of his neighbors, all 24 dogs were taken out of harm's way as Leo continued to battle the blaze.
I've always said the main concern for me is the dogs. They're kind of like my family right now. So, everything else is secondary.
4 days later, the battle continues.
What do you have for apparatus up there with water?
As Leo's focus remains on the fire, forgetting about his own troubles to make sure his community is protected.
A sightseeing plane crash in Alaska overnight, killing all 9 people on board. The passengers were taking part in a cruise ship excursion. Blake Essig from the NBC affiliate KTUU is live near the scene. Blake, good morning to you.
Well, Matt, good morning. 9 people are dead, 8 passengers and 1 pilot. Search and rescue officials say that it appears that the plane crashed into a 50-foot cliff and then came to rest at the bottom of that cliff. Now, based on the weather yesterday, police were not able to recover any of the bodies at the crash site. They're hoping to do that today. The names of the victims have not yet been released. This morning, search teams will begin recovery efforts for a sightseeing plane that crashed in southeastern Alaska on Thursday, killing the pilot and all 8 passengers on board. Officials with the NTSB say the de Havilland DHC-3T turbine Otter airplane crashed in an area of steep mountainous terrain about 25 miles northeast of Ketchikan. A spokesperson for the FAA says the single-engine prop plane crashed under unknown circumstances. Weather conditions in the area were reported as heavily overcast with wind gusts up to 30 miles per hour. The plane, operated by Promac Air, was running a shore excursion for 8 passengers from a Holland Air cruise line ship, the MS Westerdam, which left Seattle on June 20th for a 7-day round-trip cruise. Holland America released a statement saying, in part, "We are incredibly distressed by the situation, and our thoughts and prayers are with those on board the plane and their families." While the president of Promac Air released a statement saying, "There is nothing I can say that can alleviate the pain and overwhelming sense of loss that we and the loved ones of those affected are feeling. At this moment, all of us share in the pain and anguish of this terrible event." And 3 members of an NTSB GO team are expected to arrive here in Ketchikan at some point this morning. They might actually already be here, as within the last hour, about a dozen or so planes have taken off and landed here at the airport. As soon as the GO team arrived on scene, they were expected to go straight out to the crash site in order to begin their investigation, find out what happened and led to the deaths of 9 people. Back to you, Matt. Savannah.
All right, Blake Essig from our affiliate in Alaska. Blake, thank you very much.